welcome back. Don't forget to get your bonfire boost and your thermal bath boost from Necromancy. I'm using a blood reaver. I set my blood reaver to 6, but you can set this to whatever you're comfortable with. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment any tips you have to help me make these videos better. Thanks. This is the preset I use to prepare for a fight. It's just tier 90 tank gear with a shield for a higher HP buff. And then for my inventory I use Quorum and Lantidime incense sticks, and then weapon poison. This is the preset I use during the fight, and it's tier 90 Necromancy tank armor, obsidian boots, a Toggle ring, a wind book, an EOF with the Death Guard special attack in it, the Zuck cape, Cinderbane gloves, and tier 95 Necromancy weapons. For my archaeology relics, I have Conservation of Energy, Fury of the Small, and Death Warden. For my inventory, I bring an Enhanced Excalibur, an Elven Ritual Shard, a Luck of the Dwarves, runes for Disruption Shield, Vengeance, Spellbook Swap, and Prism of Restoration, and then a Grimoire for Zuck at the end. I also bring an Elder Overload Salve, an Adrenaline Renewal, Weapon Poison +++, the Super Energy Pod is for my hard mode preset, and then an extra Blood Reaver pouch, a Prayer Renewal, Vulnerability Bombs, a Blessed Flask. If you don't have a Blessed Flask, you can just bring extra Prayer Renewals. And then I bring Ceridome and Brew Flasks, Blue Blubber Jellyfish, and some Sailfish. Today, I'm going to be taking on normal mode Zuck.
I am Zook. I have been a chieftain, a gladiator, a warlord, a demigod. Refuse me, and your world will end.
For my invention perks, I have Relentless 5, Crackling 4, and Enhanced Devoted 4 on my top. On my bottoms, I have Biting 2, Mobile, Devoted 4, and Impatient 4. On my main hand, I have Eruptive 4, and on my offhand, I have Precise 6, Ruthless 1. The Toggle ring boosts your damage in the Zuck fight, and you need to complete the Elder Kiln quest to get it. The Obsidian boots reduce the damage during the Zuck fight, and to get them you need to complete the Elder Kiln quest and the Brink of Extinction quest. When you start the fight, you'll have 18 waves to complete in order to finish the run. This is a breakdown from the RS wiki on what monsters spawn on which wave and what prayers they recommend. The Igneous, Challenge, and Jad waves are the most important to remember. The Igneous waves are on the 4th, the 9th, and the 14th waves. The Challenge waves are on the 5th, the 10th, and the 15th waves. And the Jad waves are on the 6th, the 11th, and the 16th waves. On the first Jad wave, I stand at the northwest safe spot. I camp the northwest safe spot until the second Jad wave. On the second and third Jad waves, I stand in the southeast safe spot. I use the southeast safe spot from wave 10 and up. That's the basics, let's get into the fight.
The challenger approaches. Who What makes you think you have what it takes? Show me you are worthy!
When I start the fight, I summon my conjures and extend them. I use my vampirism aura, and then I like to use Death Mark, Threads of Fate, Soul Sap, and Volley of Souls on the first group, and then I use the Scythe to finish them off. For the second wave, I head to the northeast corner, Death Mark, and target the ranger and kill it, and then I head to the northwest corner and do the same thing to that one. For the rest of the second wave, I just use basics and build stacks, and then the last meleeer gets stuck on the southwest rock, so you can soul split up with him if needed. For wave 3, I just like to group them up and use Death Mark, Threads of Fate, Soul Sap, and then Volley of Souls, and then just finish off the Rangers with Finger of Death and basics. Wave 4 is the first igneous wave. The meleeers spawn. They need stun in order to be damaged. You can just kill the 3 igneous ones for the igneous waves. And I like to sit behind the southwest rock while I kill the last one. Using Threads of Fate like I did here can mess up your challenge wave for the first one. I like to do a pre-build on Zuck before I hit the extra action button. If you're going for your Zuck cape, you might just need to use your Necrosis stacks and your volley, and then weapon specs to phase him. You only have to do 50k damage in normal mode. For the first challenge, I normally use Death Mark, Threads of Fate, Volley of Souls, and then I go to the other ones, and then use Soul Sap, Volley of Souls, and then finish the last one off. Wave 6 is the first Jad wave. He spawns to the south, and I use the northwest safe spot and target the Rangers and drag them over. If you stand over to the west, the first meleeer, when he spawns, he'll get stuck on the west rock. Gotta love Threads of Fate. When Jad stands up, it's a magic hit. When he stomps the ground, it's a range hit. And if you get into melee distance, he'll swipe you. Don't forget to use your Prism of Restoration when needed. After Jad, I go back to the northwest safe spot.
Show me you are worthy.
up, I like to use Threads of Fate and Volley of Souls. You can finish off wave 7 by soul splitting the melee. Once it's dead, I head back to the northwest safe spot. For wave 8, I like to target the rangers, kill them, and drag everything else to the west while I kill the mage. And then once everything is grouped up, I like to use Threads of Fate and Volley of Souls to finish them off. You can soul split off the last melee if you need to. Wave 9 is the second igneous wave. The rangers will spawn, and you have to use a threshold on them in order to damage them. I only kill the 3 igneous ones again. On this wave, I also like to stand behind the southwest rock while I kill the last igneous ranger. For the second challenge wave, you don't need Threads of Fate, so I like to use Threads of Fate and Soul Sap here. And before hitting the extra action button, I do my pre-build on Zuck. For the second challenge, the dude he spawns is really tanky, so you want to use high hitting abilities to kill him. I even Death Mark and Bomb Bomb him.
It appears you have exceeded my expectations.
Wave 11 is the second Jad wave, so I go to the southeast safe spot. 2 Jads spawn, one to the northwest and one to the northeast. I drag the majors to the south so that I can get the rest stuck on the southeast rock. I like to go to this corner and use my Threads of Fate and Volley of Souls when I can. After killing the mob, I target Jad. Don't resonance here because there's a mage that stands by him that can snipe it. And don't let your prayer drop like I did. After the second Jad, I head back to the southeast safe spot.
Show me you are worthy.
For the 12th wave, I like to kill the bat, the ranger, and the mage on this side. And then I drag the rest to the southeast. Usually if I'm quick enough, I can get them stuck on this rock and then Threads of Fate, Volley of Souls here. These majors have a bleed they apply, so I like to pray mage against them. For the 13th wave, I go back to the southeast safe spot, and then kill the mage that spawns there. The rest should get stuck, and then you can kill the rest of the mobs, and then take on the magers one at a time. After the last major, I head back to the southeast safe spot. The 14th wave is the third igneous wave. The igneous mages will spawn. You need to stand close to them in order to damage them. I only kill the 3 igneous mages, and then I do my pre-build on Zuck before I hit the extra action button. You want to have full adrenaline when you phase Zuck, so that you can use Barricade for this challenge.
Lucky hit. Burkott, end this now.
For the final challenge, I use Resonance for the first hit, and then Barricade just before the second hit hits me.
It appears you have exceeded
After this
my
challenge wave, 3
expectations.
Jads spawn, so go to the southeast safe spot. The Jad to the northwest and northeast will get stuck, and then you just have to deal with the one in the middle. You can take the last 2 on one at a time after that. Before I kill the last Jad, I make sure to have full stacks and full adrenaline. Wave 17 is the Haraken wave, and I like to do a pre-build on Zuck before it starts. When Haraken spawns, I surge over and use the Death Skulls right away, and then use high damaging abilities to finish him off. Watch out for the lava balls that shoot out around him. You just need to move a couple tiles away. After Haraken dies, I surge over to Zuck and then pre-build. When Zuck jumps into the middle, I bladed dive in and then go straight into a living death rotation and try to do as much damage as I can. Soul split flicking here helps a lot, but if you think you'll miss the prayer flick, just pray melee. When Zuck says burn, I flick between melee and mage because the burn he applies does magic damage. When Zuck says the earth yields to me, you want a bladed dive or surge through him, and then step the opposite direction he turned one tile. If you get hit by that attack, you want to use freedom. When he says die, I use disruption shield. You can use resonance or a bit pot. After the die mechanic, I try to watch my HP, because Zuck drains your hit points level, and drinking a restore will renew that. When he says the skies burn, you want to anticipate or freedom, and then surge and bladed dive as soon as you can to your left as you're facing him. You have to deal with the igneous meleeer first, and you have to stun him in order to do damage. For the igneous ranger, you have to use a threshold to damage him, and for this phase I like to use death mark and bone bomb on him just to help. For the igneous major, you have to stand close to him to do damage, and I like to kind of prep and get my stacks up for Zuck. When you hit the extra action button, you want to do as much damage as you can. I do a living death rotation. If you hit 100k HP, you won't get a second pizza face. From there, you just want to death mark, bone bomb, and finish him off, and restore your HP if needed. Don't forget to equip your Luck of the Dwarves, and good luck on a drop. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this helped some of you get your igneous stone for your Zuck cape. Let me know if this helped you and what you got for loot in the comments. I ended up getting 4.8 mil and an igneous stone. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next one.